Hello and welcome to week 9 of PA211. This week we are in chapter 22 and 23, and this is your last week of assignments that are due. So week 10 is only your final exam, and so I want to make sure that you know that you can make up any assignment that you've done that you've received a 0 on. Go ahead and make that up, turn it in. You can make up any quiz that you haven't got completed either. So use this week to really get caught up, because week 10 we're really just focusing on your final exam and reviewing for that. Okay, so this week we are in your book Math for Meds. We are in chapter 22 and 23, and we're talking about pediatric medication calculations. Your discussion question, however, is about why would you give subcutaneous medication compared to intramuscular? And so I wanted to touch on that a little bit. Subcutaneous and intramuscular, what do those words mean? And if I was on taking a test or I was doing the PT certification, I would break those words down. So let's start with subcutaneous. Sub meaning below, cutaneous meaning skin. So below the skin is subcutaneous. Intramuscular, intra is in the, muscular is muscle. So it's a shot given in the muscle or medication distributed in the muscle. So tell me why you would give one subcutaneous and one intramuscular. And you can find that in your book. So make sure that you look that up and then discuss it in your discussion question for this week. Remember, it is the last discussion question. There's not a discussion question next week. So make sure you get full points by answering the question and then giving 2 peer reviews. That's how you get 25 full points. Okay, so chapter 22 starts with pediatric oral and parenteral medications, meaning subcutaneous or intramuscular. So this is where you'll find your answers. So on 22, we're starting with oral medications. You would know this because pediatric kids can't swallow capsules. They can't swallow tablets. So they give most of them with an oral medication with an oral syringe, without a needle. They've got calibrated droppers, they've got animal-shaped measures, and if you have kids, these are easy to measure with. And then it talks about the suspensions and the syrups that you give to kids, and the taste. Sometimes we give antibiotics to kids, and we can actually make them into certain flavors. Like my child hates cherry, so I would probably try to make them grape flavored or something like that she does like. On page 344, it goes into talking about the intramuscular and subcutaneous medications. This is where you'll find your discussion question answer. And then you've got some labels here where you can read and do your example questions. And then chapter 23 starts out with methods of IV medication administration, and talking about what the steps on how you administer that and the flow rate, and continuing on about that from the last week. It also gives you examples about calculating flow rate in micro drip, so make sure that you look at that closely in this chapter. So with pediatrics, you would either give by syrup, syringe like that, or IV fluids can be helpful as well. So you want to start doing that. Okay, well, I think that sums up most of chapter 22 and 23. They are quick chapters, so I don't think you should have a problem by getting through them. And then remember that your final exam is on everything that we have studied, and so we'll do a quick review in our lecture for next week, and then you'll be able to take your final exam by Thursday at midnight. So just a heads up on that, so you will be ready. I hope you have a great week. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at any time. My contact information is in the announcements. You can call me you can text me or you can email me at any time. I really want to help you get the best grade that you can in this class. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.